Hi, it's Dave from Drive and Venture and welcome back to the channel, and today I want to talk to you about the GT3 Club Sport spec. A lot of people hear the term Club Sport, not quite sure what it is, what's included with the Porsche GT3. Okay, well let's hop inside and talk you through the Club Sport spec. Now, if you go for Club Sport spec, you have to have either the full bucket seats that I went for, the 918 bucket seats, and I'll explain why in a minute, or you can go for the folding bucket seats, but you can't have Club Sport spec without a bucket seat configuration. And the reason for that is that you have here in the seat area, you've got these holes. I've discussed these before, and this is where the harness comes through. So what you get with Club Sport spec is you get a harness facility, and that's attached to the roll cage in the back. Now the roll cage, that's actually attached to the chassis of the car, so this piece of scaffolding in the back, not only is it good for holding onto the GoPros with your attachments and getting video content for the channel, but it's also really good for safety, because that's what your racing harness gets attached to, and I went for the racing harness for the passenger as well, so we've got one for each passenger when we're whizzing around the track. So the harness comes through here, and through here you have a side harness here as well, okay, and then you've got another one here as well. Now when I'm not using this side one, I'll just put that back through here. See, that'll just pull through there. I'll just fold it behind my seat. But obviously I'm doing a demonstration on the video, so that's why it's there. You also, with the Club Sport spec and the full bucket seat, you also get this pouch in here. Get my fingers in there. Now, when you're not on the racing track, I have this out all the time because I can't be bothered with going in and out and going in and out. So, I don't track the car that often. I've done two track days in the car so far. But when you're not using it, it can go inside. There's like an area in there you get below the seat, and so when it's fully away, it'll just look like on that seat there. You can't tell it's there. So what do these side harnesses, what are they attached to? Because obviously the two main shoulder straps, they come through and they're attached to the roll cage at the back. Where do these other three, or effectively four pieces of harness, where they attach? Well, I'll show you now. So behind the seat, on the left and the right, there's an anchor point. I don't know if you can quite catch that with the camera here, I'll just point it out. Behind this piece of interior trim, you've got your racing harness point. Now, and then you have another one. You have another one down here as well. Okay, behind. Okay, that kind of comes through the interior of the car. When the car came into Kendal to stock, they wanted to know whether I wanted the racing harnesses fitted, and so that's quite a job. This whole seat has to come out. So this seat just comes out, and they can get to the harness anchor points more readily. So that is why I went for Club Sport spec, and why I would recommend Club Sport spec for a GT3 if you were going to take it on a track. And you're going to use it quite a bit on a track, because it's really the braking that you really notice the difference with the harnesses. Obviously safety, it's obviously much more secure than a regular, just a one belt thing over yourself. That's not really going to do the job if you get into trouble. And obviously the roll cage too, we're not planning any rolls, but obviously protects the shell of the car if it got into something catastrophic, which we're not planning. The next thing you get with the Club Sport spec is the fire extinguisher. Now, the fire extinguisher I have not had fitted in the car. As you can see, they've got the bracket in front of it here. This is the bracket which will get attached to the car, and the straps here, retaining straps. That's the box that it comes in. Now I decided not to have it fitted in my car because I wasn't planning on having a fire. And secondly, really, it does kind of get in the way a little bit on the passenger footwell, and I just have it fitted. You can have it fitted anytime you like, they'll fit it in for you, but I decided not to have it fitted in. So I'll show you whereabouts in the GT3 the fire extinguisher will go. The bracket for the fire extinguisher, that presents itself here. I don't know exactly how that goes in, but it goes in there behind some of the, again, this piece of interior comes down, and then the brackets attached to those screws I showed you a few moments ago. And I guess the fire extinguisher would sit in somewhere like that, really. I think something like that. So as you can see, it does take up a bit of space, and also it's actually quite heavy, if I'm honest with you. That must be at least 3-4 kilograms in weight, so that's why I decided not to have it fitted. It gets in the way a bit. I'm not planning on a fire, and it's pretty heavy. Okay, so when you get in the car, because you've now got the belts threaded through, they go over your shoulders, and obviously you've got your side belt and the other side belt, which you feed through the hole in the bucket seat. That comes through. Obviously, they attach in like this. So once you've got your harnesses attached, then obviously what you need to do then, obviously, give them a good pull, good tighten, and this is really where the the track. This is where the GT3 Club Sport spec comes into its own, because on track you need to be able to brake very, very late into the corners, and these harnesses stop you from moving forward in the seat. A normal seat belt would not prevent you from coming forward. The harness is on nice and tight, you're able to brake into the corners very, very late. So that's why I think the Club Sport spec is the one to go for a GT3. Certainly a winged car, it's aerodynamics, it's all designed to be used on a track. The Club Sport spec, going through that with you today. That's why I spec'd it on my car. That's why I think you should spec it on your GT3. And then to release, you just lift up like this. There's a little black tag here, just pull through here. Quick release mechanism in the middle. And they're all done. And then you can obviously just fold them over the back like this. Put the side, lift that one down, lift that one over there. Then you're ready to get out. There we have it, that's the Club Sport spec. If I say Club Sport spec anymore, I'll probably go mad saying it, but that's the why I went for the Club Sport spec, how it fits in the car, what it's designed to do, why I think you should go in a car, certainly if you're going to be doing a few track days, because it definitely helps when on track, having those harnesses on. And I got really ribbed for not putting them on when I went on my first track day in Anglesey, so I made sure I had them all adjusted and got them ready to go the last time I went around the track in one of my previous videos. So this car's mint, it's ready to go for its next adventure to North Wales with a lot of other GT3 and GT3 RS cars, also GT4s as well, I believe, so we can't wait to get moving. Thanks very much for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment, get involved in the conversation. Appreciate all the support, and I'll see you next time.
You got me singing, way oh, oh, oh. You look like a guy who could treat me right. Way oh, oh. Boy, take a chance, will you let me ride? Way oh, oh, oh. I could be the best thing in your life.